Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. My first live stream in a very long time. What's it been, like 2.5 weeks? Maybe 3 weeks? I think 2.5. Could be 3. But here we are today. Losing my voice here. Here we are today with another 2v2 expert challenge. We've got Boycah Excal against Google Crazy. These are our sponsored games. Not actually sure what the prize is. Believe it's sponsored by AK Baloney. So usually it's like $100 he sponsors for 2v2 challenges. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Best of 11. Yeah, I think I already said that. Random reverse. I have had a couple of beers, so if I forget what to say, forget how to live stream, then you know why. So yeah, best of 11. First to win 6 games. Random reverse. With the armies, the guys are going to pick the maps alternately. So I think FE will be the first one, and then let's see if they decide. Boycah, we added a new rule. You have to say GG every time you lose. You can't decide. I asked him if I could pick all the maps, but it seems they're scared. They're going to pick the maps alternatively. So yeah, just waiting for this to start, waiting for a few more viewers to tune in as well. Add the view count to the top left so you can see donation goal and stuff like that. Whilst I was away, I don't know if you saw my previous video, but while I was away, Windows update happened and it screwed some of my settings. So if everything doesn't go to plan, stream-wise, like the score deleted itself. Got a new font for the score, by the way. Let me know what you think of the font. Other than that, I think we're good to go. I'm back from my holiday. Hopefully I don't have corona again, because I did already have it, I think, like in March, as I said in the last video. Yeah, I'm 2 beers in. I just played a few 2v2s with Boycah. Me and Boycah against Vivid and Dense. We're 3-0 up. We needed to get to 5 to win, but we had to stop it to kind of play this. So yeah, here we are. Okay, we're on 70 viewers. Maybe we can get up to 100 before we start. Might crack open another beer as well. This one's gone kind of warm. It's pretty hot in here today. I'm thinking of getting an aircon permanently installed, like built into the wall. Yeah, it's pretty hot. I need to remember when I go in, my game sounds have actually been lowered quite a bit, so I need to remember. I would say remind me, but there's quite a delay on the stream. It's like 75-second delay or something like that. It's like a minute through OBS and then 15 seconds that YouTube adds onto it. Rafe says, are you playing in Clan Wars? I probably will, but am I going to play enough games? I mean, from the 17th of August this month, I'm supposed to be working again. So, although I'll be working from home because our office is closed, so probably I'm not going to have as much time as I have in the past. So yeah, anyone not knowing what that is, basically, Clan Wars is a website, clanwars.cc, where you can play like more competitive 1v1s and 2v2s. You kind of form like a little clan with like 3 or 4 members. So you'll remember a couple of months back. Can't remember if it was May or April. I think it was May, where me, Boycah, and Google teamed up, and we became one of the top clans. I think we had like one of the best win percentages. As a clan against other clans. But yeah, this month looks like Google has bailed on us. He has now joined OOE, so he's now known as OOE-Thor, playing with the OOE clan with Excal. But fair enough, because he is playing a 2v2 tournament at the moment. The same one that me and Boycah just played as well. Actually, he's playing that with Excal. So probably makes sense they'll be playing together. And to be fair, I won't have a lot of time to play like team games and stuff, as I said. I might be actually going away again to Wales tomorrow. If you're familiar with the UK, I might be going there for like a few, well, probably like 4 or 5 days. So probably this live stream might be the last one again for a while. Man, the server's bad today. Actually, while we're here, I'll turn the sound up a bit. Shark Sophos has forced them to play casino. I don't think that's going to happen somehow. Someone actually messaged me saying there's a better version of Casino, and I've actually got a few people contact me about making different versions of Casino as well, like for up to 8 players. So there is definitely a lot more to come with Casino. I'm hoping to get an 8-player Casino. Like, how epic would that be? Survivor Mohammed says, how to play online. I can't, he says. Just check in the description. There's a link called how to install and play Zero Hour. Just click that. It takes you to a playlist on how to install it with Windows 7 or Windows 10. It's a legit way, though, so it's going to ask you to pay 7 or 8 euros. Or $7 or $8 or whatever. Yo, Fluffle Pillow, by the way. Yo, Deli NK. Happy 3 fan, welcome, man. Or E-fan, whatever. Fred Smith, welcome, man. Welcome, Erdy. Thank you for looking after Discord while I was away. And thank you for making that new epic Discord little logo thing we got. Alpha Leo, welcome, man. Joseph, you have been noticed. Welcome, man. Shout out to Joseph. Joseph Seed. Alright, finally we're going to start. Actually gives us a bit of time to get the viewers into the stream. Get some popcorn. Get your women, as I always say. I'm going to kick off with game number 1. Just make sure the sound is loud enough. It seems that. And we're going to kick off with game number 1. Hopefully today we don't have any mismatches. I've just got these horrible nightmares of the streams that I've been watching recently. The streams that I've been actually casting recently. And we've had loads of mismatches and stuff like that and disconnections. Hopefully we don't get that today. We're playing online on Reverse. Hopefully it's alright. Bottom left we have the mighty Google in the pink and the Toxin. Bottom right we've got DK Crazy spelled backwards in the orange. The GLA Demolition for him. And in the top left we've got Boycah in the red. I'm going to remember actually to change back to my original observer mode after this. I've got this HUD here, which is kind of confusing. We've got Boycah, who is actually playing as tank. And top right, we've actually got Excal in the purple, who is also playing with tank. So actually, not that great armies for the top team, considering there is a Tox here. So it's going to be pretty much the defense versus the attack. Excal is really good with tank, though. He likes to push out kind of mid-game with like a massive amount of tanks. So yeah, you'll get like Battle Masters mixed in with a few Gats, maybe a few Flamers and stuff like that. They're actually not going for the unsafe supply right now. And the South team, pretty standard opening all round, to be honest, nothing super special. Google with a boxing supply, no tunnel in his main base there, and he's actually got an aggressive tunnel in Boycah's base. The thing about this is it can go down easier than if you like placed it like here, but what it does do is keep Boycah busy. You know Boycah is going to be busy with that, and he's not going to be pushing anywhere else until that's dead, pretty much, because that's the threat. If you Scorpions pop out here and get in your main base, you do not want that. So Google knows this, and he knows that Boycah is going to be occupied with this for the time being. DK Crazy going in with a Terror Tech. It does go down. There were terrorists inside of that. With the 2 RPGs, though, it does pick off 1 Dozer, and now the other Dozer from Excal is going to have to go and rebuild that supply. One more Dozer going down, but that is actually Boycah's this time. So we've got 1 Dozer each left now. Another tunnel going down from DK Crazy. No palace in sight yet, I don't think. Yeah, no palace in sight. Technical running around Excal's base, looking for the Dozer. I think they're giving Excal a bit of a taste of his own medicine, trying to hunt his Dozer. But Excal is actually going to successfully stop that. I don't actually know. That might be the empty tech from before that dropped off his RPGs. Quad's being made by Google. Maybe he's expecting a Helix, but there is no Helix in sight just yet. That supply has now been finished by Excal. Decent position. It's always a bit awkward there. Do you want to build it here where it's a bit under threat? Do you want to build it here? Something like that is probably the best way you could build it. 2 Flamers push back here, and Google's actually pushing into Boycah's base. There's quite a few tanks here from Boycah, so Boycah probably should be able to hold on against this. Excal going to push a little bit, but not really going to achieve much. He's going to have to scrap deny here, or you're facing a potential double scrap Marauder. He does double scrap once. Is he going to double scrap twice? Actually, DK Crazy force-fired the ground there, because a new Excal was probably going to scrap deny again, and then his scrap would have been killed. So Excal's now going for a Helix. Palace going down for DK Crazy. So it is looking pretty imbalanced so far with the armies. Looks like Google's actually gone for a second war factory, whereas DK Crazy will be going for the Palace. Probably trying to get for demo bikes, whereas Google will be putting on the pressure. But actually, Google is getting pushed back here. I think Boycah's confidence against Google will probably be pretty high. He did win a 1v1 challenge against him just before I left, like 3 weeks ago, something like that. He won it pretty convincingly as well. Score of like 6-3 or 7-3, something like that. Yo, Hot Dog, welcome, man. Okay, so Boycah now pushing through, but Google's just going to pop a few Scorpions. Probably going to pick off some of these Gats, maybe at least push them back. So Boycah really needs to push in now. You're under a bit of pressure as tank. You can't just kind of sit back. I mean, the only option would be a mass Helix if you're going to sit back. But the longer and longer you wait, the more advantage that the GLAs have. So DK Crazy actually going for a battle bus rather than demo bikes. And Google is taking a bit of a beating, considering he is Tox versus tank. Maybe Google was just a little bit overly aggressive. Maybe like a wall of tunnels or a line of tunnels here would have been better. But Boycah's actually doing pretty well on this side. DK Crazy's popped a few things to try and help, but there's only a few quads there really. These two Marauders are going to be making most of the difference. Okay, bit of a standoff right now. There is a Helix out now. One is coming across, but there were four quads inside of there. And there's at least 1 or 2 quads with Google, so probably not the best time to engage with the Helix right now. But what he does want to do is just pick off a few Scorps. That's what he wants to do, or maybe the Battle Bus. That would probably be pretty nice. Yeah, Boycah's doing pretty much all of the work right now. And considering he's against the harder army as well, Excal's Helix probably going to get picked off here. Yeah, there's only for one or 2 Scorps. That's definitely not worth it. So yeah, Boycah's doing most of the work here, and it's surprising actually because Boycah is the one against Tox, but he does have more entrances to the GLA base here on this left side. So yeah, now that attack's been defended, pretty sure the South team has it. It's very, very hard to come back from that. Excal's going to come with another Helix. He might actually catch these Scorpions out of position. He probably is going to do actually. So, actually, he only picked off 2, though. It's not enough. He's only picked off 2 Scorpions. There's a demo bike out now as well, but, I mean, from here, it's probably just going to be a slow, painful death for the North team, unless they do some amazing combo with an attack and the Helix are going in at the right time. That's pretty much the only way they're going to win. The longer this game goes, and the first market is already up, second market now going up as well. DK Crazy and Google are pretty much undefeated in 2v2 challenges as of late. Over the last like 6 months or so, there's been various people challenge him, and nobody's actually been able to take him down. Me and Size played once. We lost. I don't know if me and Boycah have played. Me and Boycah haven't played. Excal and Boycah is definitely a new combo. I think we've had like Boycah Size played him, I think we had Logica Size played him as well. Yeah, Google and DK Crazy are looking like the team to beat at the moment. But it's kind of weird because Boycah's confidence will be good against Google because he's proven that he's probably better than him in 1v1 at the moment. Boycah obviously winning the World Series, and Excal obviously finalist in the World Series as well. Shaman does get quite out of place there. That's DK Crazy. Shaman. There's a lot of tanks lost there to these demo bikes. So yeah, you've kind of got 2 of the best 1v1 players right now against 2 of the best team players, which is the Google and Crazy. So I think the 2v2 does probably still favor the South team. But I think Excal is definitely a force to be reckoned with in 2v2 as well. So yeah, 3 Helixes out now for the North team. ECM's decent hit on the bikes have stopped that, but this army's going to get crushed here. It's going to get busters from all sides. Helix is coming in at the right time, and are they going to be able to take out enough quads to take this army down? Actually, this is looking like a pretty decent attack, but Demo Rebel Ambush from DK Crazy is obviously level 4 already. The reason he's got to level 4 so fast is just through killing the Battle Masters. You kill the Battle Master, you get so many points from just one kill. Is it like 250? Something like that. 250 points, XP points for killing one Battle Master if you have the veterancy, the double veterancy. Cyrus D in the chat says Rage and Logica have beaten them. Did they beat him? Maybe they did. Maybe I missed that one. There's been so many challenges and so many tournaments and stuff lately, it's possible that I missed them. But yeah, if Rage and Logica beat them, then that's decent. I didn't know I thought they were still undefeated. I'd like to see them maybe play again. Actually, I think you're right. I don't think it was... yeah, it wasn't a challenge, so yeah, you said in the chat, FFGs. A challenge and FFGs are very, very different. I would like to see them play in a challenge. I don't think you can just beat them in for fun games and say, oh, we beat them. I don't agree with that. So yeah, in actually challenges, sponsored challenges, they are still undefeated, I think. But yeah, I probably if you were losing FFGs every single day against the same team, then I probably would say different. But just one day of FFGs, yeah, I don't think it still accounts for something, but I don't think it definitively means they are a better team. I think Google and Crazy would still win more. So yeah, South team still defending. I mean, Boycah's having a bit of success, but mostly his Battle Masters have thinned out here. He's only got 4 left there and 4 GATs. Not convinced he needs that many GATs, maybe. But Google is definitely lagging behind Crazy here. Crazy's just being allowed to make up all of these markets. Excal's producing GATs on this right side as well. I think actually they're mixing the GATs in to stop the demo bikes. I think that's what they're doing. But there is Gamma now produced from Google, which means these Stingers like 100% stronger or 100% extra damage. Battle Bus coming in from his side as well. The Helix is still flying around. There's 4 Helixes still flying around. This caused big damage. Google doesn't have any markets. Artillery coming across, and actually Google is taking a hell of a beating. I think it's going to be DK Crazy carrying this game through, but I still have faith in DK Crazy because at this kind of stage when he's got this many markets against 2 tanks, you still favor DK Crazy, I think. The Palace for Google going down. Oh, not quite finished yet, and the Helix is now coming in from Excal, and actually the top team are actually doing very, very well. I'm just worried about the amount of markets, even though Google is still taking a massive beating. It's just the amount of markets, because once Excal's money dries up, which as I say that it has, I probably want to get them trucks over here as well. Does he have a command center, Excal? He's on level 3 with no... Oh yeah, he does have a command center. Sorry, he has a command center. Helix use has been very, very decent. And the South team are under quite a bit of pressure. Well, at least Google is. DK Crazy kind of just chilling with all these markets. He's helping him. He's trying to help Google as much as he can. But Google has a CC now. He is level 4. So he will have Talk Trouble Ambush. Artillery comes in and takes down 2 of the tunnels. Very, very low HP. DK Crazy does have AP ammo. Rebel Ambush now used from Google. Does take down quite a bit. A few important ECMs went down and a few... Was it 1 or 2 GATs, I think? But DK Crazy with these AP ammo quads, in numbers, they can take down Battle Masters, but not like 4 or 5 grouped up Battle Masters, especially when they get the Horde bonus. But Boycah is pretty much all out. He has sold everything apart from 1 War Factory, 1 Barracks. The 1 Barracks is actually pretty damaged. He's got no money, no income left at all. Excal's now coming in with a massive amount of Helixes, and actually DK Crazy, I'm not convinced he has enough Quads. Even though he's got AP ammo, he's got 2 quads. Oh, actually 4 quads. 4 quads. 1 helix does get picked off. Flamer's coming in now. Did not press I on the RPG. Could have used that to kill. But actually, Google still under a lot of pressure. But now Boycah hasn't got anything. After this is cleared up. I mean, it's such a shame, and it just shows how imbalanced it is with Tox versus Tank. Despite the amazing performance from the top team, they're probably still going to lose, which is such a shame when they put in such a great performance. I mean, Google's crazy, nothing against them. They've done a decent defense, but it's just so hard when you're playing against Tox Demo Bikes, Demo Rebel Ambush, Tox Rebel Ambush, Anthrax Bomb. If they get to level 5, will be so hard. But I mean, now Boycah is completely out of money because he's obviously not able to make markets. Hackers are completely useless as tank. You generally don't want to make him. You don't want to make it into a money war against the GLA because you will just end up losing against a good player. Anomaly says Howard the Holiday. It was good, thank you, man. It was very good. I've seen numerous countries. I'm thinking maybe next video I'll do like a quick 5 minutes at the beginning just to show you kind of some pictures and videos and stuff where I've been. Yeah, I've been Switzerland, France, Italy, Liechtenstein or Liechtenstein, however you're supposed to say it. Yeah, it was a good trip. It was a good trip. Okay, Helix is coming down the south now, on the left-hand side. Master does get taken out, and there is a lot of quads. That's just from Google. Never mind from DK Crazy's tunnel. There will be a lot of quads in there as well. But with the stingers that are being produced as well, you can kind of just sit behind that and camp this one out. Everything that tank loses, they're just going to be... Yeah, everything that tank loses, they're not going to be able to be replaced. Whereas with GLA, obviously, everything you lose, you can replace it because the amount of markets is a crazy amount of markets for crazy right now. Dragon says crazy is carrying the game. I agree with you, but I think that the left side, Google, I think he was probably losing the 1v1 against Boycah as it was, but he was getting helped by Excal as well. So Excal and Boycah have been doubling the left side harder and kind of leaving crazy. I mean, all I've seen here is a couple of flamers go here. The Helixes went there once, but then went back. Crazy has been pretty much left unattacked for most of the game. The most I've seen here is just a couple of flamers, like I said, just literally a few flamers. Excal losing pretty much everything there. One Battlemaster survives on basically 0 HP. I mean, even if they cleared all of this, I still favor the South team. I still favor them. Because what can you do against that? You can't do anything with just Helixes. There's nothing you can do. A perfectly timed EMP, which they're not level 5. Mines, they pretty much just used it. Artillery. I mean, this army is not going to hang around for artillery, is it? Here comes the artillery as I say that, actually. Watch the whole army get wiped out by artillery now. Artillery discomember completely misses. They just moved out of the way. Helixes are going to come in and kill probably all of Google's army, but it's going to lose a lot of Helixes in the process. Only 3 Helixes remain now, but you can't do anything against that. And even if you do, what's going to be produced back here, you can't. So the South team have won this, in my view. There's no way this top team can win now, but it was such a decent attempt. It's just a shame. Well, they are still going to concede this game. Artillery coming in now from Excal down this left-hand side. He's probably going to try and hit one of the tunnels as Excal pushes in with his Helix, trying to bait out a shot. That's probably what he's going to try and do. I think it's on this one. It would make sense to be on that one. Artillery coming in, but actually hits the wrong one. I mean, even if that hit perfectly, it's still nothing you can do. I mean, what are you going to do against all of these markets and these stingers and stuff like that? GG from the top team. Well played to all players. 1-0 to Google and Crazy. I do prefer to have the stronger armies in the first game, because the first game often sets like the momentum. So you want to start with something strong, and then you've kind of got a free game now. You can either, it doesn't matter if you lose this one, the kind of mindset, at least what I've had in the past is, even if you lose this one, it's an imbalanced matchup. 1-1 is kind of okay, but Yeah, it depends. Sometimes you go in with the mentality of no matter what the armies, you want to win 7-0 or you want to win 6-0. So it depends what kind of mentality they got. Probably Google and Crazy, they probably want to win the reverse as well, but it's probably in the back of your mind, this is pretty imbalanced. It's potential we could just go 1-1 here. Yeah, but let's see. Boycah's Tox is probably his favorite army, actually. Maybe Tox and Stealth. And favorite usually means the strongest as well, so let's see. Maybe Google and Crazy have got some super plan. I imagine, actually, I'm going to predict DK Crazy might go for a Helix, whereas Google will just go 2 War Factory spam. Crazy will maybe try and bunker off against Excal and send a Helix over to Boycah and try and double. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Potential other options they could be. They'll be on voice chat right now deciding what they're going to do. Probably one other option is you could do a supply truck rush on this unsafe here. So you do a quick truck either here where my mouse cursor is now. Hopefully you can see that. Mouse cursor where it is now or there, or where it is now on the supply. And then you want to truck rush and then send a flamer. If you do that and get them off their 4th supply, maybe you can take the advantage from that. I'm just going to grab a beer while this is loading. Okay, didn't load. I've got too many friends, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to reject you. It kicked me out. I think, yeah, if you use the communicator, it kicks you out. I think that's the trick. I saw someone say it online, actually. Okay, hopefully this one loads now. Just waiting for Boycah to accept. Maybe they're coming up with some super plan. I think actually the South team might be a little bit more aggressive than the bottom team. Maybe they will double TNT one player. Let's see. I'm interested to predict and see. I didn't change the observer mode, but I will do. So it basically disables this HUD or user interface. Bottom right, we've got Excal in the purple demolition. And in the bottom left, we've got Boycah. In the red with the GLA Tox. Top right, we've got DK Crazy, name spelled backwards, with the orange China tank. Top left, we've got Google with also China tank. So now the top team has got imbalanced armies, but that's the benefit of random reverse, is that it's fair. 100% fair. Okay, so Google is going for this second supply pretty quick, and DK Crazy is going for an aggressive War Factory. Very, very aggressive, actually. Is very, very far forward. And Google is going for that truck rush that I mentioned. No Helix. I thought we might see Helix, but actually they're just going for this truck rush. I'm expecting terrorists, so there is one terrorist here from Boycah. Is that going to be enough to stop this truck? Probably it is. Truck's going the wrong way at the moment. It's probably going to get denied by this terrorist, especially with like a 14 ping. That will be easy to hit. Excal might lose his worker here if he's not careful. Ideally, want to kill that with the terrorist. The terrorist is going to chase it away, and that truck's not going to achieve anything. So he's lost 600 there, and a bit of mining time as well. Excal can just force fire the ground here. It's not going to splash damage your worker or anything like that. So yeah, that truck's completely useless. It might kill a few workers here if it's actually quick and getting inside. He won one worker, that's what it killed. And the terrorist here does go down, but it does take a lot of HP off of the flamer. And DK Crazy is actually going to get in, so they might actually stop this, but it depends what happens here. That demo trap is just not too far left, and Excal's going to come in and save the day. Demo trap to save the day as well. Pretty good defense actually so far, all things considered, from the South team. There's a terrorist here from Boycah now. Is he going to be able to take out that flamer? Could have forced fire. Oh, again, flamer surviving on like 10%. Excal's now running in with his tech. Imagine the tech RPG. I'm actually going to go for a dozer hunt. Pretty much see that from Excal every single time. Ooh, one dozer picked off. And he's going to scrap that up. Is that a double scrap now? I think it's double scrapped. So you could actually just 1v1 the flamer with a bit of micro moving back. Hottest Chili says, what do I think about the Canyon of the Dead map? Is there a new version of it? Or you mean the original version? I haven't seen any new version of Canyon of the Dead. Is there a modified version? Maybe send it me. Someone send it me on Discord. I want to see it. Or has it been added to Gentool already? I haven't seen it. Okay, tunnel from Excal going down in Boycah's base. Boycah has already tunneled his mate. And the defense from the South team, like I said, has been pretty solid so far. But it does look like the South team is more aggressive, though. They caused more damage, for sure. I don't know how many doses DK Crazy's got. I think he's got 0. I think he's got 0. So yeah, no helixes from DK Crazy because he has been dozer hunted. I think the last dozer was maybe there. It's gone a little bit of a black tent. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why it does that, actually. Vinayak says, please use the new Observer overlay. Yeah, I meant to, actually, but I kind of forgot. So after this game, I will. So the difference here, the major difference is Excal's lost control of this area here. And DK Crazy now will be fully focused on just spamming tanks. And I don't know if that's going to help Excal or if it's going to be against him. I don't know, but Boycah does have this tunnel here. He's got a worker here, so he could help out even more if he wanted to. And he's actually doing very, very well against Google. So Boycah looking like the stronger player between him and Google so far. I think Boycah is playing very, very well lately. Obviously won the World Series, but playing well in 2v2 as well. This flamer is going to get to Boycah's unsafe, and that supply is probably going to go down. They're probably going to kill the flamer eventually, but the supply will go down first. Probably wants to sell that. Move his workers out of the way so you can just rebuild it later on. Ooh, maybe he's going to save it. It's going to be close. He is going to save it. Well played. Just lose all the workers though, but he's going to save it. There's a lot of RPGs here that are going to go down because there's an ECM and a GAT, and that's bad news for these RPGs. There's enough Scorpions here to push this back, actually. DK Crazy come in with another wave of Battle Masters. Let's have the Horde burners because there is 5. Vinayak says there's a winter version of Canyon of the Dead. Ooh, I'm excited to see that, actually, because Canyon of the Dead are one of my favorite maps. It's one of my favorite maps without even realizing it was one of my favorite maps. Just one I kind of felt strong on or always went to in a 1v1 tournament if it was my choice. But yeah, it's grown on me over the time, and Canyon of the Dead, one of my favorite maps. But yeah, the winter version, I'm looking forward to seeing that, actually. Okay, so pretty much the same as last game. The top team being the most aggressive, South team being the most defensive, as you would expect. Excal playing this quite differently, though. He's got his palace a lot further back in the base, and the top team have actually got control of this. This is kind of more what I expected, actually. The demo is the weaker one early on than the Tox. So you would expect the demo to be the one losing the ground. So I think demo is the right one to kill. So top team still putting on all the pressure, but the South team still have what they really want, which is these 2 supplies here. But this one here is actually under quite a bit of pressure now. So Google's army is tucked right in the back of the supply. These workers at least will go down because there's 2 GATs here plus the ECM. DK Crazy is just continuing to push. It's all about just can you hold long enough and withstand the storm. If you can until his money runs out, then it's GG. It's pretty much as simple as that. I think that the South team are probably going to hold again, but it is looking slightly more positive for the top team because Google has cleared out this. Is he making a Helix behind this? Yes, he is. We got Excal actually on 1500 XP, so he can make Demo Rebel Ambush if he wanted to right now. Okay, yeah, I'll get that map later. Someone said it's posted in the forum where I was talking about that map, so yeah, I'll get that later. Am I still on vacation? No, I'm back now. I was away for 2 weeks, but I'm back now. Okay, so a possible terror attack is in the base now, and there is mines, of course, so I wasn't sure what he was really expecting there. You can probably imagine there's mines and everything. Was trying to hit the power. Does take it down. Pretty low, but Google could repair that, I suppose. It's actually looking pretty good for the top team. Because this South team are a supply down. 2 command centers been placed down at the bottom left of the map. So Rebel Ambush from both teams. Artillery coming across the map from Google. Gonna hit the supply and the arms dealer. Two battle busters coming across the map from Boycah, and the helixes are going to try and chase this. So DK Crazy is going to lose some important buildings here, but these helixes, if microed correctly, they should be able to take down the battle buses. But one helix is going to go down, one battle bus goes down. The power's probably going to go down, which is going to leave DK Crazy on pretty much one war factory. So yeah, they've lost this supply though as well. So it's 2 supplies against 4. But the 4, some of them are going to be mined out soon, being the main supplies. Okay, so DK Crazy is now on no power. This battle bus probably should go and help Excal, because you pretty much stop this. DK Crazy is not going to be doing much the rest of the game because no power, 1 war factory. Yo, Dental Point, welcome, man. So Excal probably will hold against this. He's got a few RPGs here which just can kind of repel this, but Google is doing all the work this time. Repaying the favor to DK Crazy for doing most of the work in the last game, although he was the one that got left alone for most of the game. So yeah, as someone said in the chat, if Demo dies, the top team will win. So Boycah really needs to save Excal here. These helixes are causing pretty much big damage. But Boycah only has 1 supply. Probably wants to get this one back. Or that one. I mean, look how much money they've not collected. 21k. And 13.4k. So Helix is still coming in, dealing a bit of damage. Took out the bus. It's looking pretty good, you know, for the top team. It's going to take some amazing play from Boycah to win this. There's no markets yet. No markets at all. Palace proven to be a decent defense. Got 3 helixes coming across the map from Google. Google's also sending a dozer over here. Gonna try and get the supply, but there is a demo Jarman there, and that is Boycah's. Sometimes likes to steal the dozer and get the power. Oh, it might have a disconnection here. Oh, that'd be a shame, because remember what I said at the beginning. about a disconnection screen. I think that's screwed, to be honest. I think that's not going to finish. That is a shame. Seems to be whenever I'm in a game with Google and it's like 2v2 or 3v3, this always seems to happen. I think the game is frozen now. I mean, maybe I'll try and quit and maybe cast the end of the replay. But I think that's pretty much stuck. It's kind of annoying. It's happened way too many times, this. Okay, so I'm going to have to quit. See if that makes the game work. But yeah, well, maybe what we'll do in the meantime, because this is kind of annoying for me and for you guys watching, is we will fast forward and see if we think the game needs to be replayed or has the top team already done enough to win. Okay, so the game ended at 11 minutes. Actually, it wasn't a long game as I thought. I'm going to freeze it on 11 minutes and we'll decide. Okay, so I'm going to freeze it here. So it's kind of hard, man. Google's on 2K. It probably will get that supply, but there is a Jom in there to snipe it. It's kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard. I'm going to go with 50. There's a Jom on the field. Do you know how fast he vets up with hackers? It could be a 50-50 game. I don't know. If we look how much money, DK Crazy, 5-1, 225. Google's still got a decent amount of money. And I mean, with the support powers, Excal's actually on 5k. Pretty much. It's Google and DK Crazy that are behind the support powers. So Google's only on level 3. I was going to say with EMP and stuff like that, maybe about to win. It's kind of hard, man. I think it's like 50-50. I don't know, man. Let me know what you think. I think the probably overall, I think the top team is still winning because of Google's position, and they've only got 2 supply. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, now knowing DK Crazy had 16k, if he gave that to Google, I probably think. DK Crazy wants me to choose the map. I think we're going to give it to... I think it's going to be Google and Crazy's game. The 16k from Crazy kind of makes the difference. I'm going to rejoin with my new observer mode. I'll just check. Yeah, I agree. A few people in the chat saying 70-30 to the top team. I think the same, man. I think the same. That 16k from DK Crazy, because that's the thing I didn't check. I didn't check his money. Okay, what map do we want to see? We'll see Volcano. Okay, cool. At least we sorted that out then. The top team take the win. It'll be 2-0. Shame it didn't finish, but I think with that 16k from DK Crazy, the amount of helixes that Google will produce, he will no doubt get to 5-star at one point. EMP, carpet, artillery, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be pretty much hard to combat that with the sheer amount of helixes that Google will produce. Don't think Excal had much to really do anything. It's pretty all Excal. It'll be all Boycah, but there's no markets. Anyway, we're going to jump into this one. 2-0 is the score. To Google Crazy, first to win 6, remember. Got Nuke for Google, top right. Top left, we've got DK Crazy with GLA. Bottom left, we've got Demo for Boycah. Bottom right, we've got Inf for Excal. So Inf against Nuke. Okay, so that's pretty much going to be pretty easy for Excal with those armies. Let's see what Google's going to do. And Demo against GLA. So pretty much a mirror on this side, with the only difference being Demo. And on the right side, you've got Inf versus Nuke. It feels weird again, this observer mode, after just playing... after just watching it in the normal mode. But yeah, at least that game was pretty close to ending, and at least the players have agreed rather than a load of drama and having to replay it. So yeah, sadly, sometimes, well, actually quite a lot of the time that does happen with the disconnection screen. Yeah, as a few people said in the chat, the worst case scenario, you could play a decider. You could play the rematch on Casino. You could just play a casual casino game. Okay, 2 supplies from Boycah. Sending a worker over to his mate to tunnel there. DK Crazy not interested in tunneling his front entrance, which I kind of find a bit weird. I think DK Crazy maybe not so experienced on this map. Yeah, no tunnel here. Kind of weird. In this map, when I'm playing GLA, you want to try and get a tunnel here as fast as possible. You take control of this, you get control of these artillery platforms, you get control of that, which is very important, and you get control of that supply. This area is very, very important, but DK Crazy doesn't seem that interested in it right now. But actually, it might actually pay off, because Boycah is actually preparing a terror attack anyway, which will probably be on that front tunnel, or what would have been that front tunnel. Battlemaster going across the map from Google is going to try and get in the supply line. I think he's going to kill quite a few workers, actually. Boycah not reacting to this at all. 4 workers down so far. Helix from Excal going straight across the map towards Crazy. And Crazy seems pretty prepared for this. Oh, TNT on the War Factory, and actually killed a quad inside of there as well. So that's a perfect TNT. Pretty much couldn't have gone any better. Killed it very, very nicely. Pretty much they expected a Helix from Excal, and there is a Battlemaster in the back of Excal's base taking out a dozer. He does only have 1 dozer left now. Needs to protect that, because this Battlemaster will find it and will kill it. So yeah, all the workers did go down there from Crazy as well, but the tech will go down. He's killed a lot of workers there as well. So Crazy at a big disadvantage right now. He's rebuilding his arms dealer. I don't think that's a fake though. It looks like a real. Sometimes you want to do a fake so you can build other stuff whilst you're building it up. The Battlemaster seems to have gone down now, and the Helix is repairing. But yeah, there was a lot of quads and a lot of gas outs. They definitely predicted there would be a Helix, and they predicted right. Propaganda center going down, but nobody's taken this back supply yet. Top team have taken this supply at the back now, but this one here, definitely think Boycah should be taking that. I think Boycah should be taking that now, given the good start they've had against this this top left player. Take that third supply, get yourself in a good position. He's gonna be able to beat Crazy in the long run. You can't come back from a TNT there, losing all of them workers as well. It's such a massive detriment to your start. This outpost here, though, is going to go down. It is pretty full, though, and Google, this is bad micro, man. What are you doing with that Overlord? That was absolutely horrendous micro there from Google because he had the ECM. If he used that ECM correctly, he did not need to lose that. Did not need to lose that at all. We got capture coming in from something. That is from Google's oil. Ooh. It's going to get disabled, but the RPGs do evac in time. I think they can evac anyway when their Lotus disables it. Might be wrong. I think they can. No, actually, I think they can't. They can't from Vs. I know that. Oh, no. Can they from Vs? Oh, man. I don't know. Can't remember if it's from EMP. ECM, they definitely can't. But yeah, anyway, they're all cleared up anyway. Repair bay captured from Excal now. Google now with a bit of a push of his own. But yeah, Excal hasn't really had a good start here. I think the Helix may be a little bit too predictable from the Inf. I think actually Boycah's lost control of this now. This is weird, man. After that great start, Crazy's actually still looking like a beast. And look at this, man. This is a huge mistake. Why are you not taking this supply? It's a bad play and bad communication. Nobody's taking that. Only cost 1,500 to drop down the supply. Excal's got 2,200. There's no reason not to take that supply. That's bad. Taking it this late when Google's already collected all that is a bad play. Excal pushing forward. He has disabled a Overlord. There's a new cannon now from Google. It's going to pretty much push these outposts back. They can't push anymore in there. Maybe that's to get a bit of air support to try and take out that new cannon. Okay, back supply is now in place, but there's only one worker collected. This is real slow, man. It's 6 minutes for a safe supply. Or 6.5 minutes, rather. Demo bike from Boycah is going to go and try to kill the new cannon. Okay, that's pretty good. But did you want to kill the new cannon? New cannon is disabled, but if that comes back alive, could cause big damage here. It does kill it in time. So actually, yeah, Google's not in a great position now, actually. But Geeky Crazy's making a bit of a comeback on this left side. Boycah's going to do a bit of push of his own and take back this area. Good time to push now, actually, because DK Crazy's just invested in that supply, so it's not paid for itself yet. If you manage to kill it now, that's actually a big win before it's paid for itself. Boycah probably doesn't want to hang around too long here because that battle bus will go down. No matter how strong it is, it will go down to enough quads. It is probably going to go down. Oh, it's actually going to escape. And now that artillery tower probably will go down to the... Well, definitely will go down to the demo Jarman. Big push here from Excal inside of Google's base. Helix has actually dropped off in the back of the base as well. He's trying to get nuke mix, and actually I think he's got him. He has got nuke mix. But the... Whoa, what an explosion. Where did they even land, man? I think they flew so far off the map that we haven't even seen them. But yeah, the MiG probably going to go down unless it's on guard mode with one bullet left, maybe. Yeah, with the nuke mix, Google will be in a strong position against the infantry, but he has taken quite a bit of damage. But he still has a decent army out. And this outpost in the back of the base, that was being used as a bit of a scout, but Excal's now selected all outposts across the map, I think, and revealed that he has an outpost there. Demobites him across the map and have managed to kill the oil. That's decent from Boycah. Yes, if Google can place down an airfield, yeah, and get the nuke MiGs out, then it's actually really hard for Inf to do anything. If against a good player who knows what he's doing with the nuke MiGs, I mean, there's pretty much nothing you can make as infantry against the nuke MiGs. You make an outpost or an assault troop crawler or an ECM or helixes, they all go down to nuke MiGs. If you've got like 8 nuke MiGs, there is nothing infantry can do. Infantry will have to surprise attack with a sneaky helix down the side that nuke hopefully doesn't see. Or you can make napalm MiGs, but then it's kind of a more level playing field. And if you're making napalm MiGs against MiGs, and bear in mind one nuke MiG can actually take out like 3 or 4 MiGs by itself if they're grouped up as well, whilst flying in the air. So yeah, actually nuke MiGs is definitely the position you want to get to as nuke against the infantry. On the left side, let's see what's going on. Artillery platform is going to go down. Boycah finally now collecting from that supply with enough workers. These artillery platforms in the back are not captured, and the same with there actually. I can hear something going on here. Where's the Lotus? Okay, Lotus has been found here. That supply has been now mined out by Excal. The Excal is actually going to be on low cash soon because he's only on this one supply right now. 5.1k left and that oil. But, I mean, 5k and 1 oil, is that a lot? It's not really. Maybe he should have been more aggressive and took this area. Okay, so oil does go down there for the south team. Work gets taken out building that tunnel for DK Crazy. Would be good for Boycah if he does manage to get that. Gets himself onto a fourth. Well, would have been a 4th supply, but now will be a 3rd because his 3rd is actually mined out. Lotus from long range, disabling these overlords from range. Oh, but there are so many nuke MiGs though. You see what I mean about this outposts? I mean, if you build enough outposts, eventually you will break through. But look how much stuff he's just lost to them nuke MiGs, which can just go back home now. They'll just reload, but actually the airfield there has been taken out. He's got 4 here. This one's going to die unless Google micros it. I don't think he's going to micro it. That one is going to go down. Demorable Ambush actually takes out the airfield full of MiGs there as well. Google's on 4k, so he can still rebuild his airfield and rebuild minigunners. Sorry, not minigunners. What am I on about? MiGs. Helix goes down there. That was taking out the oil. Oil does get finished off by Boycah. Boycah looks like in a commanding position. He's dropping down 2 Scud Storms as well. Nuke is going to fire in 1 minute. MiGs are going to be back in the air soon. Daniel says biggest chance they have for victory is Crazy on power, so meaning that Google surrenders. The thing that you lose then though is you lose the micro and you lose the command center promotions. So like nuke carpet, pretty powerful thing you're throwing away. Artillery mines, I mean if he gets to level 5 you're throwing away EMP, cash hack. You're throwing all that stuff away. But I do agree, obviously GLA, DK Crazy with power. Something pretty strong, and he probably would be able to pull off the win. But yeah, you would be throwing away the carpet and the artillery and stuff like that, obviously. And actually, I don't think Boycah's in that bad of a position. Boycah's looking pretty strong with these 2 Scuds. I think even DK Crazy with power at this point, they still probably would be able to take him down. Nuke is about to fire. All the oils have been taken out, pretty much apart from that one. So I think the nuke will go on the oil. I think it will go there. Okay. Carpet coming across the map. Is Boycah going to react and save his Scud? He's got 2 quads there. It's not enough. That Scud is going to go down. So if he can't save it, he needs to cancel it, man. He needs to sell it. because that's a waste. Yeah, unfortunately it does go down. So actually, yeah, one Scud Storm gone down. There's another Scud Storm. He does have the fortified structure, so it did have as much HP as possible as it could have had. But yeah, Boycah's now collected from here, and there's quite a few supply crates there. Okay, top team with a bit of a push here on this right side. Excal doesn't really have that much. Boycah's going to come and try and save him. But the nuke mix from the top team come in and annihilate pretty much the whole of Boycah's army. So massive engagement here. Demo Bike in quite a dangerous position to take out 2 quads. But the south team are taking a lot of damage here, and I'm not convinced Excal has anything, actually. Where's his hackers? He's got one, 2 hackers there, 3 here. Demo Bike's coming in. Overlord will go down. The quad is probably going to take out the rest of these. The quad does go down, so it's cleared up for the time being. But if the south team are going to be winning, it is all going to be Boycah at this point. Rafe said in the chat he should use neutron shells on the nuke cannon to give a dozer. See, it's quite a big investment. 2,500 from the nuke. I think it's 2,500. 2,500. Then you're going to lose a dozer, so that's 1,000. Crazy's going to have to put a worker inside of there, so like 200. And you have to build a nuke cannon, which is 1,600. It's quite a big investment. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying there's pros and cons to everything. If you do that, maybe, well, all of these MiGs wouldn't be able to be up, for example. He's going to have to make a sacrifice somewhere. Oil does survive on, like, not very much HP. All the MiGs are going to come in now. Is Boycah going to pop and kill these MiGs or not? I don't think so. Oh, he is going to pop. MiGs do mostly survive, actually, yeah. Losing 1 MiG for that, I still think is worth it. Still think is worth it. Boycah is a player known to capture your dozer and build a power plant himself, so maybe he's got a Jarman out on a bike. He likes to do that. And steal a dozer, but those 2 dozers are pretty safe. So yeah, Excal not looking strong here. Maybe he should have took this 3rd supply, then he would be more in the game. Demerab Lambush takes out the airfield. DK Crazy, we do a market count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 markets. DK Crazy against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for Boycah, but he has the extra supply there. Never airfield going down for Google. Yeah, Boycah does look very strong, but you've got to remember he's on extra supply, so of course he's going to look the biggest and strongest. He's had this supply pretty much the whole game, so he's going to be the stronger of the 2 between him and his mate. And he's also managed to take out get this supply from DK Crazy, whereas DK Crazy wasn't on that back supply, so Boycah's always had the money advantage against Crazy, so that's why Boycah looks the biggest and the strongest player. No doubt he's playing good as well. But just saying, you've got to take into the amount of supplies that each player's had. Look at the explosions and debris going everywhere here. Scud Storm's going to fire in less than 40 seconds. Beacon placed by Google. That is the right place for a Black Lotus. He knows there's a Lotus there because these mines will be detected. It will say stealth unit, stealth structure detected or revealed or whatever it says. So yeah, Lotus is going to run away. That is Excal's Lotus. Okay, Scud is ready to fire. Where is that one going to hit? Obvious place is probably one here. Maybe on the palace and get the market with it as well. But I mean, maybe he wants to hit the China player, the nuke. Probably keep hitting the airfield is probably a good idea. Here would not be a bad shout. Let's see where it's going to hit. Okay, it's going to be over here on the palace. I always say if you're in doubt of where to hit, always hit a palace. And in this case, he is going to do that. He's going to take out the palace. Does not take out anything else near it, although they do go down to the hull. Boycah's now 4,500 points, so he's going to be on Anthrax and sneak attack soon. Bardia says, is there any female pro 0-hour players? No, not pro. There are 0-hour players, but not pro. Cranky Monkey, Sergeant Muffin. I believe Queen Muff is a girl as well. There might be a couple of others that maybe I don't know about, but they're the 3 that I know about. But yeah, they're not pro players. That was a decent hit. The reason that was a decent hit is because they're trying to bait out the army. And that would have killed all of Boycah's army had he popped, but he didn't pop. Actually, there's another big push here from the left. And the Demobite is trying to get in, and they might actually kill the airfield. The carpet's going to come in anyway, so that's probably bad communication, you could say there. But at least the airfield does go down anyway. But Boycah's under quite a bit of threat here. I mean, just Demobites against these vetted up quads with AP ammo. Not the greatest. Demobike was misused, really. You want to take out these quads first. Okay, decent hits there. Pretty much all around, but these 3 battle buses. Ooh, Demobile ambush. Bit of a push here from Excal as well. He's trying to take out these tunnels, and he's actually succeeding. DK Crazy's fully focused down here on the left. Anthrax Bomb comes in. That's going to force these quads back at least. Anthrax Bomb a little bit out of place, really. Should be more kind of here. But maybe because he's got Jarman there. He needs to move that Jarman back, actually. He's on the edge of death. So yeah, this attack here from Excal doing pretty well, actually. Just quads and Gats alone is not going to do very much. Needs to get... Oh, actually, he's lost his CC from probably that Lotus. Yeah, so these outposts are going to do pretty well. Remember, they're self-healing as well. I think the top team might be feeling the pressure, trying to get as much damage in as possible. But actually, these 2 outposts from Excal doing loads of damage. Google's pretty much going to die, I think. And Boycah's repelled that whole attack. Pretty impressive. So yeah, I think Google Crazy going to be losing this one. Carpet comes in, but a little bit misplaced, really. Boycah's now coming in with a massive quad and a bus army. And just 1 battle bus. To stop the tunnel on 100%. There's nothing inside of the palace because it did get killed before. It's just not been replaced with the RPGs inside. GG from DK Crazy. GG from Google. Well played to the South team. Boycah and Excal get their first win. So it's 2-1 is the score. Okay, so going to be waiting for game number 4 to commence. I think this is messed up because apparently I can choose Google's army here, but it's just messed up. Free Syria Zero says 350 viewers, only 43 likes. I agree, man. Where is the likes? 350 likes. Okay, so right, ready to go. Let's see if this loads. It is a little bit messed up in the sense that I can choose Google's army here, but in reality I can't. It just shows me that I can, but actually I can't. But yeah, it's a little bit weird. I don't know if this is going to load. Let's see. Okay, jumping into game number 4 then. So we've got the reverse of the matchup we just saw. Top left, we've got Boycah with the GLA Vanilla in the top left. Top right, we've got Excal with the nuke in the purple. Bottom right, we've got infantry for Google in the pink. Bottom left, we've got DK Crazy with the orange GLA demo. Let's see if he plays this different by sending a worker here this time to build a tunnel. Maybe he was just investing in more quads last time because the helix is pretty predictable. Is Google going to make a helix? I don't think so, because I think they know it's pretty predictable. So I think he's just going to do war factory and a barracks and just do outposts straight down the middle to... well, it's not straight down the middle, but straight down the middle of his alleyway. Sounds a bit dodgy, that, doesn't it? Straight down this right side and try to kill Excal. Excal's going to be making a war factory and a barracks. And a second supply there. Boycah with the front tunnel here again. And Google's actually going to be sending a truck all the way across the map to try and kill these workers here. It's actually pretty much going to have success because Boycah is pretty much unprepared for this with no terrorists there. So that's pretty smart from the south team. But Boycah's going to react to this nicely, put all of his workers inside of a tunnel. So that's pretty good for him. Not all of them, though. They still lose 2. So it's still a pretty bad reaction from Boycah. He could have saved $400 worth of workers there pretty easy. Excal's going to be sending in 4 tank hunters and a flamer towards Google. This first outpost is going to go down the left hand side. Is it going to go straight to Boycah, I wonder? Might just try and go straight inside of this now. DK Crazy's taking control of it. DK Crazy could evac. So Excal's going to continue applying the pressure here. Needs to send that flamer back a little bit because it needs to be behind the tank hunters here. Don't know if that outpost actually empty or not. Not open. Empty. It looks empty. This flamer here is probably going to have pretty good success. Get a little bit out of place. The RPGs are all going to get cleared up by Google here. And actually that attack wasn't that great. I don't know why Excal didn't go a little bit closer. Maybe he's paying attention back here, but lost both trucks there. And actually DK Crazy is going to get a super tech now. And that's going to hurt Excal quite a lot. Those are going down there for Excal as well. I don't know if he's lost both. Has he lost both thoses? I think he's lost both. So yeah, that's what Crazy's pretty good at. Just like kind of holding his side, kind of defending him, whilst also sending an aggressive technical towards his mate's enemy. And he's actually, I think he's dozer hunted him and killed both his trucks and got a super tech. So yeah, that's not good news. They did manage to clear that up, but Excal without a dozer, that's going to be pretty hard for nuke against infantry. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Thought he was dozeless, but actually apparently is over there. DK Crazy now sending quads on this right hand side. Probably wants to go with his tank hunters though. Doesn't want to send that by himself, but actually there's outpost and tank hunters already here. Okay, propaganda center now going up for Excal. Again, though, this is a massive mistake from this team. Why are we not seeing the supply collected? 2,200 again from Excal. I suppose you could probably let him off because he's only had that one dozer, but this is just a massive mistake, man. The South team have got it already. He's actually building another one here, so DK Crazy is going to be on 4 supplies. One dozer going down there. Google does have one more though. Lotus is going to try and capture, or sorry, disable the super tech. That's a shame for Boycah. Decent unit to have. But yeah, it does go down. Well, Lotus is now going to get the oil. Yeah, I really favor the South team position. I mean, for many reasons, but this is a massive reason here. This supply going down now. Okay, it's quicker than before, but it's still not quick enough. DK Crazy had that South one for ages. Let's go front of his base, taking quite a bit of damage. War Factory's going to go down here. A lot of RPGs and tank hunters, ECM from the South team. Toxin Tractor might get a few kills here. Does do the Contaminate. And actually kills quite a bit, but not loads. Kills most of the RPGs from GLA at least. Yeah, as long as Google doesn't get Dozer Hunted now, he's actually being a bit brave with it, making this other supply here. It's looking like a 3-1, I think. I mean, Excal's now making a barracks and an airfield. I'm just not convinced it's enough. I mean, what's he going to make? Helix? Honestly, I don't know what he's going to make. He's getting a Black Lotus. Maybe he's going to try and get to a nuke, but I mean, why are you making the airfield first? Maybe without the ECMs here. I mean, he's on propaganda center, but I mean, if these outposts get caught out of position with the MiGs, you can still pop them open. But I mean, as soon as one ECM is there, they become useless. So yeah, nuke is getting placed down. Maybe he wants to do it a bit closer to a tunnel, or at least get Boycah to tunnel a few times around this. But yeah, once he gets on nuke MiGs, maybe then they've got a chance. But I still give a massive advantage to the South team. Not only was that supply much quicker, but also they've got control of this right and left side. Okay, important thing there is the oil has been picked off. One nuke MiG does go down. Actually, they don't even have the upgrade just yet. He's low power. Not anymore. But can those nuke MiGs get the upgrade in time? I don't think so. They're losing so much here. He's going to lose his main supply. And it's just going to be Boycah's one base. Decent counterattack here from Boycah and might be able to achieve something.
Wish I could crack open a cold one with you only but got no chips. These players are a little better than Vova 406's enemies. Thanks for the stream from DoMiNaToR UK.
Yo Tom, thanks for the donation, man. Much appreciated. Would be good to hit the pub. I haven't been in the pub for a while actually. I've been out for like meals and stuff since this lockdown, but yeah, it would be nice to go to the pub and get a beer. But yeah, cheers to the donation, man. Much appreciated. Actually, my family originate from Derbyshire, I think, so interesting fact for you there. Okay, so Boycah's caused some pretty big damage here, but is it really enough? I mean, as soon as Google's on a CC, which he already is, he's got this dozer here. He could just go and take this supply. Big engagement here. Excal's pretty much lost everything. I mean, this airfield is pretty much all that Excal has left now. I mean, the nuke MiGs are strong, but I mean, if the enemy has the entire map, every one that gets picked off, you're not going to be able to replace. You don't have the income that the enemy team have. I can hear something from being captured. Oh, it's this. That's actually a big mistake from DK Crazy. That's a really powerful build, and it should have captured a long time ago. I'd say even more important than these artillery platforms. Okay, so Boycah with a decent attack here, trying to push back and reclaim some of Excal's base. And actually, Google doesn't have loads. I mean, he switched into Napalm MiGs. Excal's going to recapture this supply here, or rebuild on this supply. In the back. But you'll see, the South team is already pretty much almost mined it out. I mean, 2 and a bit piles left, whereas, like, look how many piles left there. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 piles left. Yo, Jan Arnold, welcome to the stream. Okay, lots of napalm MiGs out from Google. Going to try and take out some of this army, but actually loses a lot in the process. He does have the MiG armor upgrade as well. It's just a bad hit, really. You want to wait until you engage with the ground army and then go. So just a slight mistake there. Well, actually quite a big mistake from Google. Lost a lot of MiGs. Okay, nuke MiG's flying around. Going to probably hit a Lotus. Don't know which one's the enemy one. I'm guessing it's this one since she just fired at it. But Excal also losing a MiG there as well. Did kill a bit of stuff, but again, how many more can he remake? I mean, this airfield is actually in big danger actually as well. Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time now before the top team dies. Boycah's going to try his luck at attacking here again, but with the ground army, the tunnel defense, the napalm MiGs, it's not looking that great for him. GG from Boycah. GG from all players. Excal maybe going to stay. Probably waiting to fire his nuke. Boycah has just quit out. GG from Excal. Well played to Google and Crazy. They make it to 3-1. It's best of 11, remember? So needs to win 6. So they are halfway to victory. So yeah, I believe it will be Boycah's and Excal's map pick now. DK Crazy was asking me, but yeah, I will choose their map if they allow it. But Boycah and Excal, I think, want to choose their own. So yeah, they've chosen Tournament Tundra here. Okay, so a mix of armies here. We've got USA, which I don't think we've seen. Have we seen USA at all? Yep. Got Jelly Vanilla for Excal in the bottom left. Bottom right, we've got USA Laser in the red for Boycah. Top right, we've got Google with the super weapon in the pink. And in the top left, we've got DK Crazy with the orange GLA Vanilla. So yeah, pretty much a mirror. Only the difference is the laser and the super weapon. So I think you have to say you favor laser because of the cheaper Vs. That's the main difference between these armies here. But Google is real good with super weapon, so he's going to do a drop actually. Typically that always happens with super weapon versus laser. You get super weapon being the more aggressive one. But actually, wait, why are these not 800? What are you on about? Now 850 for super weapon, so unless he's got a mod or something like that. Okay, so drop here. It's going to kill some of Boycah's stuff. Does leave the Chinook pretty low. And then those just going to be dropped off and build the barracks here. But Google should be able to run this over. It's going to be pretty good success for him. So yeah, I'm not convinced that Boycah is in the strongest position. But Google is not able to collect right now. And Excal with a nice attack here has stopped the worker and he's actually also killed the war factory. But DK Crazy with an attack of his own here, and Boycah is pretty... Well, both of the USAs are getting doubled here. But I'd say that Boycah is closer to dying. Closer to dying than Google is. Thank you, Vinayak, for the new map. He sent me on Discord. I'll check it out. So yeah, Boycah in a pretty bad position. He's going to be kicked from the game soon if he's not careful. Got one power left and one barracks left, but the barracks is pretty much always already dead. So the power is going to go down, and there's no replacement dozer for Boycah. Boycah's going to have to quit soon. Bit of a messy game. I think Google is definitely in a stronger position though than Boycah, like I said. The power's going to go down. I don't think Boycah's going to quit in time. Boycah's going to get kicked from the game. That's bad, man. You do not want to do that. That's real bad there from Boycah. Not realizing that they only had one building left. He has been kicked. He's now AWOL. So now it's going to be Excal versus 2. Yeah, I'm not convinced Boycah's idea of building that barracks there was the strongest or best idea. Excal's going to try his best, no doubt, to try and win this, but DK Crazy's going to pop out his units here and try and help defend. He should succeed here, to be honest. I can't see really Excal winning against 2. DK Crazy's already expanded to another supply as well. DK Crazy's style, if you're not familiar with it, is pretty much take more supplies than the enemy with really solid play alongside it, and it usually works pretty well. He's only got one worker collecting here though. GG for now from Excal. Doesn't want to waste any time. He will just get 2v1 obviously for the remainder of that game and probably will go down. So 4-1 is the score. Killer17 says if the audio is out of sync. If that's the case, I heard that a few times really lately. I don't know if it's YouTube or not, but if that's the case, just F5 or Control and F5, and then rewatch again, and it should be fine. I think it must be a YouTube thing. It's kind of weird. I've seen that comment a few times. Yeah, usually it doesn't affect everyone. It's usually just one or two people. Okay, so bottom right now we have Laser for Google. His V's now cost $700. Bottom left we've got GLA Vanilla for DK Crazy in the orange. Top left we've got purple, GLA Vanilla for Excal. And top right we've got Boycah in the red with the Super Weapon General. Danny says, I love how Crazy expands quickly, really dangerous player. Yeah, the expansion expanded really quick. If you want to add anything to your game, I'd probably recommend adding that to it. So like if you take an area or you take a base, bring a worker with it and build that supply ASAP and start capitalizing on it, because it keeps the momentum. And obviously sends you economically ahead. So yeah, expanding really quick is something people should focus on, I believe, and they can learn from DK Crazy's playstyle. It's alright you having the best micro in the world and you're trading off. Every time you lose one unit, the enemy's losing two, but if the enemy has twice the amount of money as you, he can afford to do that. Drop here from Boycah is actually going to laser lock Google's V. Chinook going to take a bit of damage here as well, but the V's going to come straight out. Laser lock a little bit slower there because he was laser locked onto that Chinook. So Chinook does go down to low HP, and the V's on low HP. But probably would have been better to take out that V if he just kind of waited and camped outside of it. But yeah, not a bad start. 1V and a low Chinook probably could take that. TNC on Excal's base here. Pretty much wide open. There was pretty much no defense there. Sometimes you like to do the War Factory deep in the back of the base, like Crazy has done here, actually. But yeah, Excal's losing all of his workers. He's done an attack of his own here on Google, but I don't think it's enough. He hasn't. His TNT's failed as well, so I think Excal might be dead already, actually, because he's lost so much. He only got 1,100. He's going to need help now from Boycah. Can they kill Google, though? It's kind of similar to before, where they tried to kill Google but didn't succeed. Flipperpillow, see you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. Pretty much always here. See you later, whatever you're doing tonight. Enjoy your night. Excal's still on no workers. He's got one worker here, but even that one might get taken out as well, actually. He's going to be left on a few HP. But now DK Crazy's in the base. Let's get a sneaky tunnel here. And that supply does go down. Very, very nice. Tom says, the 0 hour is obviously the best, but which do I prefer out of Kane's Wrath and Red Alert 3? Probably would say Kane's Wrath, because that's the one I played the most out of those two games. Yeah, I probably would say that. Although I do like RA3 as well. Yeah, probably would say Kane's Wrath, though. Yeah, Excal is GG'd, lost everything, and now it's going to be Boycah against 2. Yeah, Boycah's going to hang in there as long as he can, but I think it's going to be just fighting against an inevitable defeat. Laser lock's coming in all over the place here. A lot of V's going to go down. GG from Boycah, and 5-1 is the score. So they won both instances there of the random and reverse. They got one more chance. No more lives left for Excal and Boycah. It will be my map choice. Might ask for Megusa. I like Megusa. So yeah, in Zero Hour, if you're not familiar with it, you've got all the official maps, which is like the Tournament Tundra and the maps we're on now, but then you've got the unofficial maps, which is like what maps creators have created over time, mostly by Relax. A couple of the Russians have made some maps as well, but Megusa, I think, did the Russians make that or did Relax? I can't actually remember. I think it was Relax. Oh no, NMC, I think that means the Russians made it. I think the Russians made this one, Megusa. BTech or Bitech says, Domi, do you know how... Did you know you can hotkey part of the map like with F1 and F2? Yeah, I did. That's... oh, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Yeah, I do know it. I've got a video on it that I made like 5 years ago. I never use it there. I think some people use it. I think Google uses it. Well, I can't remember what it's actually called. Control on it. Oh yeah, bookmark. That's what it's called. Yeah. Type into YouTube 0 Hour bookmarks. I got a video on it, but yeah, I never use it. I think it's better just to stick with like the hotkeys and control groups and stuff like that. But bookmarks are good as well. Excal in the top with the purple China, and on the right side we've got Boycah with the red laser. In the south we've got DK Crazy with the orange infantry, and then top left we've got Google with the China tank. So yeah, I do like this map. It generally doesn't end in massive bunkery games, so it might be over pretty quick. But if the game does go long, it does end in decent games. Got this kind of bridge, same from Fallen Empire, that kind of same style bridge, but there's loads more entrances, a bigger map than Fallen Empire. I think it's safe to say bigger map. Maybe feels bigger because it's diagonal, but yeah, loads more ways in to the base and less bunkery. The Abundant World says, how many matches will they play? It's best of 11, so it's first to win 6. So obviously 5-1. Google Crazy are only 1 away. Crazy's going for a war factory and a barracks. It's going to be a full outpost. And what the hell's going on here? I think Google is just messing around. I think he realized that this drop was coming. Maybe he realized that? Not sure, but there is a drop here from Boycah. And with this laser lock combined with the flamers, this is a really powerful drop that you need to add into your 2v2 strategies. This is going to be really strong because no matter what comes out here now, it's going to be able to be laser locked. It's going to laser lock the Battlemaster. Now the gap. Nice laser locks there from Boycah. And the flame will now be able to take out the war factories. That's a really decent attack, and both war factories are going to go down. That's an instant kill on Google. Google's got no answer for this. I don't know what Google was quite doing with that supply. It's a little bit weird. But yeah, Google, we're 2 minutes in and Google's dead. I mean, he's running away with his dozers, but he's dead. That drop is so powerful in front of the war factories. There is a outpost inside of Excal's base, though, going to be running around causing damage. Boycah's is fully established on 2 supplies. Ooh, that's a decent pick off there with that outpost. But it's this one here. The only thing that they've got to worry about is this outpost here. So is Boycah going to be able to get over there and help out? I mean, Google's pretty much dead. It's got a power builder now. It's on 3,200, so he can get back in the game. But Excal is here with a flamer, so those are going to go down. He's only got one more here, and the laser lock here again. Nice laser locks there from Boycah, pretty much all round. Outpost is going to get picked off. I agree, this map's more fun to watch than Fallen Empire. Not only have I seen Fallen Empire probably like 10,000-20,000 times in my life, so it's refreshing to see something different, but it's less bunkery as well. Nobody likes the super bunkery game, so at least like Tank has a chance against Tox here, for example. So yeah, this Flamer and Missile Defender drop's doing pretty well. I think in the reverse, even if Boycah or Excal win this, I think that team, Google Crazy, will just do the same thing with that Missile Defender drop. It's so strong. Even if you know it's coming, it's so strong. Well played from DK Crazy. GG from Google. No well played, just GG. And it's not going to be a 6-1 domination. It's going to be 5-2 at least for now. Boycah Excal don't want to go home just yet. Yeah, so 5-2. Boycah Excal needs to win every single game from this point up to 6, and Google Crazy just need one more. So Laser China. Google says that was so bad by me. So Inf Tank, China Laser. I don't think Inf Tank is actually that bad here. I'm gonna accept. Yeah, I'm interested, man. I think DK Crazy and Google are gonna do the same thing. But is that a bit too predictable? They don't like to be too predictable. They're aware of being predictable, and they like to change it up sometimes. But I think that drop with the Missile Defenders is so strong in front of the War Factory. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do. We've got Tank from Excal, the purple. Boycah with the red infantry. DK Crazy with the laser and the orange. And then we've got Google with the pink. Just China, regular China. Rafe says, I feel Battlemaster and Troop Crawler could be a good combo. I mean, the Battlemaster will just get laser locked by the Missile Defenders, and the Troop Crawler could just get flamed. I mean, you've got to do something. No matter what you make, you're going to be at a disadvantage against that combo. The best combo is to actually have it yourself. Have that same combo. You fight fire with fire, you need that same thing. But the thing is, they're both China here, so Excal's doing his War Factories much further back. He's actually taking the safe, so maybe anticipating it. It is going to be that drop. So let's see how Excal's going to handle this different. They're going to be able to handle it better than Google did, because Google didn't handle it at all. So yeah, probably. I think just mass gats. The thing is, if Excal just wastes this now, ooh, a minigunner from Boycah, that could help. It could help a lot actually. Mass gats. That's what could beat this. Mass gats. I'd prefer like 5 gats here rather than anything else. I mean, what could you possibly else want? Troop Crawler. Okay, he's going to push that back, but what are you going to do against the Flamer? So I think mass gats, and that's what Excal's doing. He's got 3 gats out here. It's going to be forced to sell that supply. See what I mean? Even if you know it's coming, it's just so strong. This combo here is just beast strong. I think mass gats. Oh, the Flamer's killing the gats though. Oh man, that's going to be Excal out if he loses this game. See, even if you know it's coming. See what I mean about this combo with the Missile Defender Flamer combo. Maybe the answer is your mate needs to help out sooner. So, I mean, if you know it's coming, maybe 2 barracks there from Boycah, sending RPGs, mass RPGs from the inf. And Boycah's doing quite good damage in here. He's forced away at least 1 Chinook, maybe killed 1. At least Excal's still alive. He's making his power again. He's dropping down a bunker, or Boycah is dropping down a bunker. So yeah, Crazy still collecting on 1 supply, not on the other one. But Excal not in the strongest of positions. Boycah's supply is not perfect there. Yeah, TC means troop crawler. Or maybe the answer is, I mean, if you're going to have 5 units, maybe 4 Gats, 1 Battlemaster. And you just have to have the correct micro. You want to pick off the missile defenders each one at a time as you can. And just use the Battlemaster so that the Flamer can't go in too deep. But yeah, I mean, it's so hard, man. It is hard. Okay, so Boycah's helping Excal reclaim his base. Excal's now sending a dozer over there to try and rebuild this supply. Okay, Flamer here from Excal, and that's going to cause a little bit of damage here, but not loads though. I think this Flamer will still go down. Yeah, it does. So Flamer's caused a bit of damage. There is an outpost inside of Google's base here. So War Factory's in danger of going down, but there is an ECM and Gats here, but I don't know if that's enough actually to push back that. Another Flamer here from Excal. So South team handling this a lot better. Lotus, and look at that crazy range once again. Evac 2 missile defenders. And there's a Flamer here now. Taking out Boycah's second supply. And Excal's doing well at pushing. Considering he had such a bad start, he is still pushing in. And Google's lost 1 War Factory, losing 2 trucks here. So Boycah now needs to just push in with this outpost and help Excal. Or does he want to just take down the supply? I mean, whatever he does. It looks like Google's taking a bit of a beating, actually. DK Crazy now sending some units across. Excal losing 1 dozer back here. He does have another one, though. It looks like Boycah and Excal are doing a little bit of a comeback. I mean, let's not speak so soon. DK Crazy does have the bottom right oil. Google didn't lose that supply after all. And Boycah's now rebuilt this second supply. So his game's still pretty even. Yeah, these 2 supplies here are not getting collected out at all. And neither are these 2. ECM outpost attack from Boycah. But the MiGs coming in here from Google. Are they napalm MiGs? Oh, not napalm. Let's take out 1 outpost and everything else inside of it as well. Don't know if it was completely full. So yeah, Google Crazy holding on at the moment. Another Gat here from Excal. But yeah, this bottom right oil is putting DK Crazy in a really strong position. Boycah's Lotus is there now, so he's going to be able to actually capture that back. Ooh, bad micro there from DK Crazy. Bad micro here from Excal as well, actually. What's going on with that Gat, man? What the hell? Not targeting with the Gat at all. Managed to take out 1 V in the end, but I'm pretty sure he could have taken out that V and everything inside of it as well. Maybe he's paying attention somewhere else on the map. That oil has now been captured by Boycah in the bottom right.
Hello, say hello in Russian.
Yo, San, I actually don't know hello in Russian. I only know 1 word in Russian. Oh, no, I know a few words, actually, but I'm not going to say the other one because I think it might be so offensive I need to translate it. So, the only word I know in Russian, I think, is niet, which I think means no. You might want to correct me. But yeah, I don't know hello. Is da or da? Is that yes, I think? Apart from that, I don't know anything else. I know in Bulgarian, Nastrave or Nastrava or something like that means cheers. So maybe, I don't know why I'm assuming Bulgarian and Russian would be similar, but maybe that, yeah, but I don't know much else, to be honest. I know a couple of words in a few languages, but apart from those couple of words in those few languages, I don't know much else, yeah. But cheers for the donation, man, much appreciated. Excal's still piling on the pressure here. No ECMs in the mix, though. He does not have a propaganda yet. He's on 3,500, so he could have had, but is he dozer hunted? No, Doze is here, so Excal's just slow upgrading to a propaganda center. He's still causing quite a bit of damage. And Boycah's in DK Crazy's base here. Yeah, from playing CSGO, you learn a few Russian swear words because they're shouting it at you every 5 minutes. Well played from Google. GG from DK Crazy. Excal and Boycah, are they going to pull off a epic comeback here?
You have been defeated.
GG, well played. 5-3 is the score now. So it's gone from 5-1 to 5-3. All it takes, though, is one really imbalanced matchup, and that can throw it. No matter how good you play. Like China versus Air Tox or something like that. It's going to be pretty hard. I think it's... oh, no, it's not my map pick anymore, so it is going to be Excal. Excal, Boycah's map pick. Oh yeah, privet. I mean, is that how you pronounce it? Privet? Hello in Russian. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I'm actually going to translate the offensive words that I do know. Okay, it's pretty offensive. I'll give you a clue. The first word starts with S, and the second word starts with B. But I'm not going to say it. I don't want the video getting demonetized or something. But any Russians, especially people who play CSGO, will know what I'm talking about. Coastline World. Ooh, decent map. Yo, NimrodCon, welcome, man. Anyone new around here, remember to subscribe if you enjoy these streams and 0 hour content. Ooh, what armies have we got here? Excal with laser, demo for Boycah, air for Google, and stealth for DK Crazy. So remember what I was saying about an imbalanced matchup? This is probably one, to say the least. I mean, it's not unwinnable for Excal Boycah with some nice aggression on the air player, or either player actually, but probably you're going to be hitting the air player. You can still win. I think Excal is actually going to do a drop with 3 missile defenders and then drop a dozer off in the back of the supply to build a laser turret. I think that's what he's going to go for. So yeah, interesting matchup. Stealth, air, laser demo. So yeah, the left team here are under pressure. If they can win this though, I have no doubt they can equalize to 5-5 and we will see a decider. I don't actually know what the decider is. It might be a tank mirror, something like that. It will be a mirror of some sort. Vinayak says, I don't know any Indian words apart from his name. That's true, man. Although I think I know some offensive Indian words too. I think I know an offensive Indian word too. I don't know actually if it's... I don't know actually what, if it's like Hindi or Urdu or like... I'm not familiar with these languages. But it begins with B, and the second syllable is C. I'm not going to say it because I don't actually know what it means. I think it's pretty offensive. Okay, big drop here from Excal, but doesn't really achieve that much. He's going to drop off now. His missile defenders maybe in front of the airfield, but he's actually just going to go back. He's going to drop off here, but there is a technical and the dozer. Technical's going to run over probably all of this. That's not good. So Excal's now way behind, losing all his missile defenders for not very much. TNT here from DK Crazy does take out the main supply of Excal. Excal's only on 575, so he's out of the game pretty much, unless he gets this oil and keeps it for a while, which it looks like actually he might do. Okay, so don't know what went down there. I think a Raptor went down to it, and also a TT. I think actually what's good here, what's your best chances of winning, is to get on 2 supplies for Excal and just spam V's and missile defenders over here and just take over this with quads, RPGs, and your missile defenders. Make sure your missile defenders are unloaded before the Raptors get up and in the air. I think that's your best chance, or maybe you could even skip that second supply. But Excal now is in a real bad situation. Raptor inside of Excal's base. Quads RPGs are going to push from Boycah. I mean, if you want any GLA, you probably want Boycah's GLA supporting you and pushing here. But there is a lot of techs here. but and RPGs inside as well. I don't think that's going to be enough from Boycah to break through this. A decent hold there. And Excal's pretty much out. It's not collected on both of them, so it's now 2 supplies versus 3, or actually now even versus 4. So yeah, this is the situation you want to get in here with the missile defenders unloaded. But yeah, Excal's dead. I mean, he's got a supply back here. He's actually collecting from Boycah's supply. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's good. Because now you're slowing Boycah down, and Boycah's going to be pretty much carrying the game with his quads. But yeah, I think this is going to be crazy in Google's game. The quad's in an awkward position, but laser lock does come in the end. Somehow, Excal's still in the game. He's rebuilt that supply. He's got that oil. I mean, Google doesn't have that much. He's got this one airfield, and he's doing a bit with these Raptors, but DK Crazy going to be doing the majority of the work here. But Excal's certainly not out of the game. He's still collecting with like 3 or 4 Chinooks long distance across the map. DK Crazy has a lot of technicals. He is stealth, so they are cheap, $500 each. Just checking he wasn't demo, but yeah, he is stealth. So yeah, this left team now are on kind of a time limit. You don't really want to let the game go past this stage without taking this area. I mean, Boycah's going to try here, but with these fire bases and these RPGs and the support of the Raptors, pretty hard to do anything. Oh, one missile defender does go down there from Excal. Yeah, Excal doesn't have a dozer actually. Boycah's going to take this supply here, so they will be back on 4 supplies. Boycah's going to try and take out the fire base, and does actually succeed. So I don't think he needs to push in there any deeper because it's pretty much a death trap. But as long as he just camps outside the supply and keeps Google on 1, I think that's not that bad of a situation. Excal does have in the meanwhile 1 more oil, which is this one. Excal's going to give power. Does he have power? No, he doesn't have power. So Excal needs to get out. He is defeated, but the rules are you need to go AWOL. You need to just exit. Boycah's got 6.7k. Google seems upset about something. I think he just threw away all of his Raptors. I think that's what the problem is. But actually, I don't think Boycah is in that bad of a position. Remember, he has this as well, and plus all of that money with like 2 or 3 supplies. He can overpower here, I think. Google doesn't really have much. You've got 1 Raptor. DK Crazy's now spamming out of 2 War Factories. But I actually... do we favor Boycah's position here? I think it's at least 50-50. Hate to say it, but it is at least 50-50. Not even messing around. It's at least 50-50. A big push here from Boycah, but there's a lot of quads here also from DK Crazy. And if all of these quads go down here from Boycah, probably tips in the favor then of DK Crazy. It's all about these quad battles. So yeah, he's going to gain some scrap here as well. Actually, he doesn't really gain any scrap. There's 1 pile there, but he doesn't even get that one. A lot of missile defenders here. Palace now being built by DK Crazy. I thought Boycah might just be able to win with the pure quad spam, but now he's just lost all of them quads. And DK Crazy's getting his palace. DK Crazy also has that oil, and he has this one with the air support. I don't know, man. I think it's now 60-40 for Boycah. Google Crazy, maybe 70-30 now. Just literally one big quad battle like that kind of sways my decision. Vinayak says, how did I forget about the map maker gender? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I did say the main ones. And I think the main unofficial ones that you play are mostly by Relax and the Russians. Although Gendy does have some good ones, I must admit. Yeah, bad pop there from Boycah. I mean, he doesn't really have much of a choice. He either fights this or he doesn't fight this. But either way, I think he's lost that area. I think DK Crazy's quad spam has just been a bit superior here. I think this will potentially be the last game. This is an attack here from Boycah, but I mean, I don't know really what he's attacking into or what the meaning of this is. Because DK Crazy has got so many quads. Stealth Tunnel, Firebase, quads to support. Palace is now up. Black Market being built there by DK Crazy. So many more quads as well. So DK Crazy is purely focused on building as many quads as possible. Body if Atemi says 90-10 now. Yeah, I agree, man. 90-10. Okay, Raptors coming across the map. Boycah's losing his main base. Raptors, where are they going to hit? That middle building still belongs to Boycah, which is a massive... should be a massive focus point. Need to take that out. Raptors now coming in. Has he numbered them correctly? Pretty much... half of the Raptors died about. But the main thing is that DK Crazy wins the ground battle. The Raptors are on the air to tip their favor in terms of DK Crazy, and it looks like he's done that. His super tech still running around causing mayhem. Spectre coming in. Gonna hit the black market there for Boycah. It's pretty much his only one. Boycah's gonna fight probably to the death, but he's only on 2 supplies against 4. This oil, oh no, that oil has actually been killed. But this middle building, man, just click on it and kill it. 10% reduction on all of Boycah's vehicles is not good. And it's kind of just been left. DK Crazy not on AP ammo yet, although he could be very soon. But yeah, the veterancy on these quads is really going to tip the favor in terms of DK Crazy. You might just be waiting for these Raptors and then engage at the same time. That's what you want to do if you want to win the quad battles. Engage at the same time. So yeah, now is the time to engage. So many quads. Okay, a few Raptors go down, but the main thing is that Boycah lost all of his quads. DK Crazy, again, we're talking about him being a fast expander, or expanding pretty fast. It's already got that supply. That oil's been killed, whereas that one's been left. So yeah, looking pretty good. That's still... I mean, Boycah would probably call it 50-50. Nah, I'm only joking. I say 99... 99-1. $98 and $2. GG's from Boycah. GG's from all players. Well played to Crazy and Google. Remain undefeated, I think, in challenges, proving quite a team to beat. Boycah Excal doing pretty well there to take 3 games off him, but sadly fell short of making that epic comeback. So yeah, at one point it was 5-1. Did well to claw back 2 games to make it 6-3 in the end. But yeah, Google Crazy. What combination would you like to see next? Who could take that team down of Google and Crazy? Are we talking size and rage? Do we need to bring Logica and Rage back? Because I know in the For Fun games they might have had some good success against them, but with a money challenge it is kind of different pressure, and everyone's trying harder, in inverted commas or whatever. But yeah, what would you like to see next? Who could take Google Crazy down, or should they be split? Should it be like Google Boycah versus Crazy Excal or something like that? What would you like to see? So yeah, GG's. Who predicted the score? I don't think we did score predictions at the beginning, actually. I'm not really sure. But yeah, GG's well played to all players. I'm not going to play any games or anything now. I'm going to go and take a break for a little bit. So yeah, GG well played. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. Thanks to all new subscribers and donations and stuff like that. Much appreciated. Spetsnaz says, do I still stream on Twitch? No, not for the time being, but I'm thinking of doing the occasional stream on Twitch or doing a simultaneous stream, so it'll stream on YouTube and Twitch. But usually I run into technical issues, so that's why there's not been that many Twitch streams lately. So yeah, GG's well played to all players. I'm going to end the stream there. I'll see you very soon. Probably not with a live stream, but more videos. Got a few more videos to come tomorrow, like 19 GMT, 18 GMT maybe. So yeah, GG well played, and I'll see you very soon.